Hey there, folks. It's 4:29 p.m. Sunday, October 21st, 2018. 429, 924. 9 elder, 2 understanding, 4 with fortitude. That's relative to what we're going to talk about, or I'm going to talk about. This is going to cause a lot of thumbs down because I'm targeting this video where it needs to go, for the people who believe in what I'm about to debunk. For me, it's not a matter of proving something I already know. It's bringing up the reality of what some other philosophies are, what people say, and I compare that to what I know, what I see, where I live. It's amazing. We're going to go there in just a second. I've done everything I can to prove that my abilities are real. I've established that among thousands of people. Short time, a few months after this body's dead, my name and what I've done will actually be in a couple scientific journals. How about that, huh? Kind of funny. Everybody wants to claim the fame, and I don't want it. Don't care about it. Doesn't matter. It's like when people give me a thumbs down, I said, okay, well, someone listened. Maybe eventually some of the words that I left them will help them. If not, whatever. It's helping other people, and that's why I do this, especially the people who are the new leaders, okay, and the spiritual evolution, not just of this planet of creation. I'm not talking about your jokers that are out there, the jokesters. David Wilcock, Corey Good, Simon Parks, these people live in their own little fantasy world. As they say something, they make it up and want to feel better about it. Such thought processes that have been coming out are what you call New Age, because it's they just make stuff up, trying to find some way to justify a thought process that they want to happen. There's no basis in fact. The first thing, the most widespread cancer there is to your awakening is, other than what was causing it, that's now removed, but what's left as far as the philosophy is the lawless act of attraction. If you make up your mind to maintain the fortitude and the drive to have more in your life, to save, to be careful with your spending, you're going to do better. There's no universal being out there that's in control of that. It's you taking the time to do more for yourself. Now, if you think bad about someone who's a jerk, hey, they're a jerk. That's not going to keep you from getting it. They tell you all these things not to do. Why? Because you're not going to get what they tell you you're going to get anyway. So now they have a reason for why it didn't happen. So it's disgusting. Okay, now, 2 other things I'm going to touch on real quick. Okay? This 5th dimension that we're all ascending to. Okay, I'm sorry, that's insanity. That's insanity. Somebody made that up, and it went over pretty well with a few people, and then someone else picked it up, and they wanted to be popular like this other person. Next thing you know, you have a blatant lie cruising around, and the closer you get to where it started, the happier the person will be. Look what I've done. Look what I've created for myself. We're all creators. Well, we can create a better life by being better. being more compassionate, you're going to wind up having a nicer life. Not because some God or universal being gives that to you. It's because that's what you bring for you. That's what you create for yourself. That's not creating a new bank account that magically fills up with money. That's not creating your own personal cure for cancer or to fix your broken leg. That's not creating anything other than, or it's not manifesting anything. What you're doing is making up your mind you're going to do better, and with some fortitude, you do better. Why? Because you set your mind to it. So you can call that creating a better situation for yourself by setting your goals. Okay? Not by never thinking anything negative or anything towards anyone else. Someone's hurting someone else, you're not going to think something negative towards them, then what the heck are you afraid of? What, whatever. Anyway, now this fifth dimension thing, there's the first dimension where all the energy fields are that create sentient life, sentient energy, which is, spirit, life. That's closed off. No one comes in, nothing in there can come out. The energy that creates life has been frozen, period. No more new first beings are coming out. There's 4 of them. That's enough. 4 times what we have right now, that's a lot. We don't need any more. There's only so much room. I mean, anyway, then there's the second dimension where everyone lives as themselves, spirit, sentient energy. And then there's the third dimension here, which is, and these other ones, here's third, second, and first. People keep trying to go up higher to this other dimension above them is better and cleaner and higher vibration. Wrong. The first dimension is called the first because it was the first. The second dimension is called the second because it was the second one created. The third dimension was the third dimension created. Those are the 3 main dimensions. And then in different areas, the dimensions break down lower. But as you go softly down a little bit lower, you have frequencies that have been separated that are lower frequencies, okay? There's a dimension right below ours, but there's no barrier. So, but you have to be able to float in and out. That's where all the happy fae and stuff are. So anyway, this 5th dimension would mean you'd be going down 2 levels, and honestly, you wouldn't like that. So, and that's going to a lower frequency. That's what actually exists, okay? Book 1 in Creation Series. Now, you don't need to believe this. These people have a lot of followers. Whatever. What do you do when you find out they're wrong? Well, they all disappear. Slowly over time, they just go away. It's just like to ear. Corey Good talks about raw, to rear, to ear, whatever. It's to ear, okay? That's his name. This wonderful blue avian that looks like a big fluffy canary. There's no such being. There's no such thing as a blue avian. It was a name that was made. It was made in someone's mind. Right, Corey? The image and everything. It was basically a telepathic signal. And a basic soft name. And then Corey takes that and he's created this whole thing about it. Corey's even getting either a copyright or I think a trademark or something like that on some terminology, maybe the secret space program, or who knows, maybe even avian or something. I don't know. Don't care. I just see all that as sad. David Wilcock's like a little child that's so stuck on himself trying to make everything about himself that he'll say anything. He will literally push you to think anything as long as you think he's smart. And that makes him feel like a good little boy. I mean, it's just nuts. Am I being hard? Well, whatever. They're running around making up crap and lying about it, and some people listening to them, but there's an end to that. It's coming. And it's soon. So then what do? Who cares? They made their own bed. They can sleep in it. The rest of you that are waking up, you'll find out on your own. I just, I couldn't let it go anymore without saying something. And Corey Good and others talking about the sixth dimension, the sixth density beings. Oh, you're kidding me. Corey, who made the sixth dimension, the six densities? Who gave you that scale? And what are the solidity frequencies? What are the frequencies that you find in either one, in each one? Actually, let's go ahead and we have six definite density situations here. So whatever you want to categories. So what are they? Can you define that? No. I said Tier won't even talk to Corey anymore. I was talking with Frank Zoo the other day, and I've been talking with Tier and his sons and everything a long time. Go back in my videos, 2014, 2015, 2015, 2016, probably 2017. Tier's a little bit annoyed at me right now. I have a bad habit. When I need something, I just go get it. And Tier's one of, if not the strongest, he can reach out the furthest with it, telepath in creation right now. So if I want something, I just go rip into his head. I'm not including myself. I don't matter. I'm just different. And I don't, lots of times, most all the time, I don't take consideration the fact that he's busy doing stuff. And then all of a sudden I see him busy and I've already broken his train of thought. Sometimes he's been talking and I'm like, God damn, Jay. It just, I have to realize that he's busy doing stuff. I'm so anxious to finish what I'm doing and get the hell out of here that I just jump sometimes. So anyway, I've interrupted him. I've interrupted Tier a few times and annoyed him for that, but also they're all waiting on me for this body to die. They're waiting on me to go because it's screwing up plans that they're making, and I can't help it. I'm not going to hurt this body to get out of here. I mean, I can take myself out. I'm not afraid of doing it. It's easy. So that's not the message I'm trying to leave. What I did in December, late December of 2016, that was to prove a point. That was to literally put myself in the hands of two boards of psychiatrists, not psychologists, the actual medical doctors, the psychiatrists. So if they thought I was nuts, they could have put me away. So they said, see you later. You don't need to come back for any appointments. You don't need any medication. If you ever want to talk, come on, say hi. And I told them about, what the energy work and everything I do and what's going on. So showed them all the quantitative electroencephalogram data, all 4 pages of it. I'm not hard to figure out. But I'm so sick of this density stuff and this 5th dimensional ascension. It's like, number one, you're going the wrong way. And number two, everyone ascends. It's to a higher vibration. It's called when your spirit, who you really are, leaves that body that doesn't belong to you anyway. It's a lease vehicle that you're forced into and locked into. So all that's changing too. So anyway, I went and talked with Tier when I was talking with Frank, just to jump back and finish that while I can remember. And I did look and wait to see that he was listening to someone, stuff going on. He saw me, so I kind of just stood next to him. And I said, what's going on with Corey? And he just, he had this attitude and just kind of really negative right away. And he said, I've been done with him for a while. And I went and looked, and yeah, I mean, you know, of course, Tahir won't lie. He will not lie. And he's not a little blue avian canary-looking bird with soft feathers and a teeny beak. And, oh, they're lovely. They're soft and fluffy. They literally gave that image to a bunch of people to see, trying to break that barrier where all of a sudden humans find out that there's other beings that are in totally different bodies. He's an antid. It's N''A''N''T''I''D. It's like an ant, but also it's got the praying mantis characteristics. It's different, but it's more ant than praying mantis by all means. There are folks called mantids, so one of them a female. She's really cool. Elia, she takes care of Deanna's and mine kids out flying around. So now these density beings, anyway, you know, he would Tahir just, you know, his thought process is, man, he's just taken off. He's gone. I went to Corey and cranked him up a long time ago. Gave him a quick crank up, and the moment I was doing it, and Tahir came right to me and said, "Don't do that. Don't make him, you know, any stronger than what he is right now." And there were some issues, but to be to be nothing but honest, you know, people say, well, if somebody says that, they're usually lying. Well, you don't always say everything that's going on, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, honestly, I didn't see where he was going to go that route. And after Tahir brought it up, I looked at it, and I started seeing, you know, Corey sliding away a little bit with David Wilcock. Self. It's amazing. So anyway, people want to be perfect or something. There's no such thing, man. Just be yourself, live in your heart, and do everything you can that you want to do. If you do something that doesn't feel too much like you don't have the original first angels messing with you anymore. You'll know. And then just don't go there. It's called learning. Learning how to be yourself. The more you wake up, your abilities get stronger. The more you are yourself, the real you. We're this body and we die, and we maybe go to hell if we don't pay enough money. That's total crap. So anyway, the 6 density beings, it's like, way to go. So Corey, was that yours? Is that your creation? I've talked for years and years and years and years about the Fae beings that you're going to meet about the 2080s. Okay, they live right here. They're in the dimension right below us, and actually the one below that too. So they have energy bodies. So if he's talking about density beings, because see, Corey Good, his energy, the way energy flows through his body, his strength, and I've only done this for, I don't know, what, thousands of people. He's got blue in there because he's pineal. Okay, he can see dimensionally. Okay, and he's got real good heart too. But the problem is he's making up stuff now, coming out with a new living. He's got to be on top of this stuff. The other day, Dan and I suffered through watching someone talk to Corey and him bringing some stuff out, and I just looked at him. I said, wow. I said, he's really fallen away. So everything, he's just tearing himself apart. So I don't say that to be mean. I get frustrated and annoyed with what some people do in their search of personal glory and gratification, but I still love them. Still take a bullet for them. It's sad. Anyway, so why don't we, Corey, why don't you come out with the 6 different densities, or the more? And what are the frequencies that move from one to the other? Where do you find these dimensional beings? What, multi-density, beings? When I've talked about our friends, ET friends, when they've come down here doing physical work on myself and Deanna especially, that there's a beam, there's an incredible round-looking thing. It's like a lens. It's like a big lens for an eye, and it's soft, round, and it's huge. And the energy comes through that, and it goes over a table, over people in a special area, and then it goes into the house. And they can have a table up there in the ship, and come down here, and your body literally it's soft, it's interdimensional, and it's laying on top of the table. They can work on you. You could be laying on you could be in a casket, and they could still do surgery on you. They take your body into dimensional. So they put it into an interdimensional field. How do you think you float through? They take you in the ships that you float right through the wood of your roof and the tar. How do they do that? You go interdimensional. The energy, there's an energy field around you, and that's what it does. Then this big thing creates the energy field. You'll find all this stuff out for yourselves, folk. I talk with these folks. I live with them. You don't need to believe me, but you're going to find out I'm right. Okay? I'm just telling you now. I need to tell you now. Because later on you will find out everything else these people are saying is a bunch of crap. I've worked real hard this life to help people understand how cool they are, what they can do, what their abilities are, and what really exists. And all these other folks, they're all on their own way going, whatever. Yeah, they're on their own road. But that's why I needed to make this video, because there are a lot of people that listen. And I want to tell you right away. And I'm using target names to hit these people, to get right in their face. So, Joe, what are you doing? You get more thumbs down, you ruin this up. Hell. I'm right here in the middle of the Georgia Baptist Bible Belt. Do you think that's not for a reason? If nothing else, I'm one person that'll tell you how it is. And caring about you, hell yes. Caring about what happens, hell no. Not at all. I've got my crutches now, and I'm losing consciousness walking. I'm shutting down. Body is in a hard decay. It's just dying. And good. I need to get out of here to make things happen. That's my job. I'm the janitor. There's no glory in that. There's no whoopee-doo. There's no better than anything. That's a totally false concept too. I'm better than them because I go to this church. Wow. And you're made to feel that way. Anyway, also, I'm going to do these videos real soon. I'm going to try to get one today before I get up on these new spheres. We have to build one of the spheres because I want to hold that sphere up and let you go into it. I don't want to just have a different sphere here for it and show you a different sphere for explaining what it's like. Anyway, excuse me. Something else. Deanna and I decided to go ahead and get an interactive video type or photography setup. So you can actually read the auras. It's not just pictures, but it's live video. So what I had seen was a little, notchy, kind of jerking and movement. We'll see, because I produce my own videos, if you can call it producing, it's kind of a joke on myself, but who cares? The actual wording is that I produce them. make them, render them, whatever. But you'll see myself or Deanna, some other people, and you see their aura. And then someone drops one of these spheres in their hands or near them. And then you watch what happens. And the people taking their energy, moving it around, see what happens. Now, what's going to happen later, not now, but later, for a fact, I expect it's probably going to happen in Spain. We'll see. Maybe it happens over here. But wherever it happens, it'll be right here on planet Earth. There's going to be someone cranking up someone else. Both of them are going to have their hand on one of these sensors for an aura machine. Both of them will have a quantitative electroencephalogram hooked up to their head. DNA tests will be made before the person's cranked up. Then, you know, it's going to be read because you have to know what it is. Because if you take DNA sample from someone and read it, and don't read it, and then crank the person up 8 months from now, when that person is really fired up different DNA, the DNA that the sample that they took, it's going to be changed. That's the way DNA is. So they have to take the DNA first, read it, and get the samples. That's what they did with, you know, what I'm leaving you, proof that I could change your DNA. Well, Deanna can too, and she's not the only one. There's others, okay? And like I was saying, Deanna's niece and nephew are going to be cranking people up with the DNA ICUC. So, but this will be done to where you can see the energy flux in color, okay? And there'll be graphs reading the energy too. The quantitative electroencephalogram, reading the electromagnetic energy coming out of the brain, is going to show you what's happening. And then a DNA test is going to prove it. And when this happens, then so many people, especially those who are solar plexus, are all of a sudden going to say, holy crap, this is real. I don't know. Maybe this is all fake, but this seems to be real, and there's too much going on here. The quantitative electroencephalogram information is free to download on the. Just take a snip of it at thespiritualfoundation.com front page. All the data, the information. Take a copy of it. Take it to someone who does it and say, how easy is it to, does this look, do these numbers match up, the graph and the numbers and everything else, and do you think you could, does this look real? And they'll say, oh, I don't know how you could fake it, but this seems incredible. You'll find the numbers are very relative to the information in the graphs, where you see when I went into Martin Perez in Sweden, when I went into his brain, I just went into the hypothalamus gland and then for a moment touched his pineal. That's when they took the absolute power test. I think it's absolute power. Those are the blue the blue pictures of the brain, and you look at the one on the left, and it's blue, and then there's green and red and stuff. Well, you look at the picture of him, it's got a little more green in it than the corresponding picture of me. So that was with me in his head. There's a picture of him, but it's when I was in his head from over here in Duluth, Georgia. So you might look at that and you say, well, I don't know, man. There's more green in here, and that's a higher power level than the blue. Then when Jay went in his head, the power went away. If you look at a scale, instead of the scale of his head when I wasn't in it is like 4 to 74 or something, and the scale when I went into his head is 0 to 1300. Little difference, huh? Then you see where I concentrated everything in the front of his head. You can see all that orange and everything else. So anyway, those people that I know they can't get a hold of me, I need to talk about certain things. It's funny, right now Al energy is sitting here and kind of softly in front of my head. Excuse me. Owl energy is known for a few things, but when an owl comes at you, they're bringing wisdom. So they're bringing knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge, understanding, which is knowledge, which becomes understanding, which becomes wisdom. Party of wisdom. So this multi-dimension, this, 6 density stuff, I'm sorry, man, that's a bunch of crap. That's something that was made up to glorify somebody. I'll put nothing past Corey Good, David Wilcock, Simon Parks. Poor David Icke, he's doing the best he can, but I like David. He went through hell. I love everyone, but, I feel better about David Icke. He went through hell in a trip chair. He was tortured and barely has any memory of it. They destroyed his life and everything they could. Anyway, so much for that. This aura machine and everything should be here in a few days. And also, with using the aura camera and seeing someone's aura change when they hold the spheres, that'll help you understand. The best thing there is for you, other than a crank up, is these spheres that Deanna and I make. And she physically makes them now. I just put the energy into them. Like I said, I'm back on crutches and I'm passing out trying to walk. I'm losing consciousness. I don't have much longer. I'm finally in that stage where I'm just falling away. Good. But I guess I'm going to be here for a little while, get that aura camera thing done and a couple more videos. So anyway, folks, you're going to have a few statements from me. There's one that's pretty wild. I expect I'll probably put out before I leave here. Things that are wrong. Things that will change. Doesn't matter who cares what about it. It's good for people to be happy for positive change in their lives. Some people be upset because it goes against their climb up a hill to fame and fortune and whatever. I don't give a damn. The truth will finally start taking care of itself now that there's no one that can, hold up a turd. That's over. It was the original first being, male and female God thing, and all their servants called original angels. So anyway, that's those 3 things. Time goes on, we take a look at other things. I've thought a lot of things that I found out later were incorrect. So what? Good. I learned. Isn't that a positive thing? So, some of you know that'll help, but it's a heads up for a lot of people who are really waking up. And you all that have been listening to me for a good while, most all of you, and especially cranked up and stuff, you all are here to literally lead. I'll be gone. I'm going to make stuff happen on the other side, period. But y'all the ones that are going to be in front of the cameras, your major medias and everything else. I wasn't meant for that. I was meant to talk to people, but I was here to bring the change. I've done that. Now it's time to go home and finish making the change on the other side. And then you will watch creation change. It starts with everyone's personal life. And it extends into everything around you. So, those of you that made it to this point and you're really pissed off, give me some thumbs down, man, because you know why? I don't give a shit. I love you, but I don't care about your attitude. That's your problem. The way to fix it, I've left you. Okay? Love you all, man. Take care, and I hope you have a kick butt day.